Okay. Was good. Well, Paradise was good, but now Vince is in charge. Souls for everyone.
A bit worried.
So, welcome once again to Sound Goblin Thursday streaming, and me working through various games. I am your host this time, Vincent.
I'm the Krampus.
And I'm Hunter Grain.
And Shiv will probably join us later once he wakes up from his coma.
He is busy sabotaging Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with terrible bugs and frame rate issues, so that you're forced to watch our stream instead.
Indeed. So, in any case, this is Little Witch Nobeta. Let's get into it. It's very self-explanatory. Let's see.
Is it called Nobeta because it had no beta?
Ironically, it had a very long beta.
Aha! It's a very ironic name.
I was wondering how long that would take anyone to make as a joke, actually.
1 minute and 22 seconds.
Yep, about that long. In any case, this has a standard mode, which is actually fairly easy, and hell, your health regenerates. And advanced mode, which is much more Souls-like. It is literally like all normal difficulty.
Advanced mode, normal difficulty. That's not confusing.
Nope.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm used to games nowadays.
Oh, excellent.
Did you leave a DLC costume on?
Possibly. By that, I mean yes.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of thinking maybe that was normal. And I feel disappointed that it's not.
It is for this playthrough.
Fantastic. You're a girl in a bear costume. That's who you are.
It's probably under the couch.
Might be in your bag. They love bags.
Okay. So I do have to give this game slightly more credit than I did before. I googled Unity Medieval Tower, and those weren't in the top 5 searches. Okay, so Goddess Shrines are our bonfire.
Yes. Okay, it seems to have saved not only my costume, but all of my controller preferences, which are very much different than the standard layout. But yes, in any case, standard fare for a 3D game. One stick controls camera, other stick controls movement.
Man, this Banjo-Kazooie remake's weird.
We have a jump button. We have a run button. This takes some playing with in order to make it not stupid, but that's another matter entirely. I don't even remember what the default controls. It might have actually been L3. And I think a toggle on-off on L3 at that. But yeah, this is our main character. As you can see, we have a jump. We also have spells, where you can actually zoom and aim. You can also chant to make the spell bigger. starter package. Oh yes, and melee attacks. Spells are the primary source of damage. Melee attacks are more for restoring your MP.
Ah.
Yes, the statue doesn't let us do anything currently other than pray at it. So let's get going. So there is actually a difference between headshots and normal shots for damage. That charge shot has a penetration, so it can go through obstacles, enemies, etc. Barriers.
You just killed No Face?
Quite a few of them. These crystals are mana crystals. If you stand near them, your MP just regenerates quickly. A centered range enemy. Dropped an item. So, items in this game actually don't do anything, they're pure lore.
Oh.
Broken Cross Spear. Weapon used by church troops. The tip of the spear is the same as the shape as the church's emblem, which serves to teach a valuable lesson to anyone who would consider betraying the church.
Fair enough.
At least the charge seems valuable. It's doing a significant chunk of damage.
Yeah. It does take a long time to charge up, though. Granted, something. So that's that tripping that I kind of mentioned. Whenever your stamina reaches 0, you'll fall over.
Adorable.
Adorable.
Adorable and adorable.
I mean, manage your stamina.
Basically, yeah. inventory. And there's this chest, which hypothetically you could reach, but I've never been able to. Basically, I just don't have the height. Or I should say, I can't reach now.
Gotcha. Did you just now figure out how to reach it?
No, this probably won't work, but we'll see. Okay, never mind. Bag expansion. As you can see, those things are locks. Okay. Ah. So sometimes items are hidden in random breakables.
Pop a coin.
Near
Meager life
statue.
crystal.
Yep. Near statues, you'll find meager life and mana crystals, which increase your curse value. So when you die in this game, you respawn at the statue of no cost to your souls. Unless you have curse.
Oh.
Resting at a statue gets rid of curse, however. Right. Okay, we have 48 to spend. So yeah. Game has 6 stats. Leveling one stat has no bearing on the cost of any other stat, so kind of actually encourages you to split them. HP, MP, and SAM are pretty self-explanatory. Each level is at the exact same amount. Strength enhances your attack power, your mana regeneration, your aim and stability. Intelligence actually enhances your magical damage, and haste, how quick spellcast. Yeah. Haste and spellcasting and reduced depletion of stored energy, so. It's notable that everything else has a cap of 99, haste has a cap of 30. I tend to rush haste.
And looks like it costs considerably more than the other things do to level up.
Yes. Unlike in normal Souls games, I won't completely neglect health. Yep, there we go. So yeah, very easy to solve puzzle of just charge this up so you can shoot through the barrier. The tutorial area is very generous when it comes to health restoring from broken pots. That's not normal for the rest of the game.
Ah, I was about to say.
Again, on standard difficulty, your health just regens naturally.
見つけた黒猫ちゃん黒猫ちゃん危ない
Take that, wall. There you are. Just those two? Yeah.
もう大丈夫だよ降りてきて
Oh, so that's what you're supposed
怪
to
我がなくてよかったね
Yep.
私といれば大丈夫だよカバンに入ってて私が守ってあげる
Yep, get in the bag.
Yep.
Cats love bags.
黒猫ちゃんは私を導いてね
The cat's just gonna guide you to where the cat food is.
Wow.
Ah, but cat food happens to be in the throne room.
Where else do you put cat food?
What if it's just a throne of cat food cans? But this is Cat Kingdom. These are all just weird, long cats.
Alright, you. Ah! Reverse moderately tough enemy.
He's got hands.
Yep. Oh, sure, you have a combo.
Oh, wow, it's not going to get annoying at all.
It only does it once.
Fair enough.
Alright, we didn't read these things. Copper coin, printed with a legendary hero's face. An explorer would be fortunate to stumble upon such a find, but having to wade through a castle full of monsters to get it isn't quite so lucky.
That's fair.
Farmhouse liver. Armor belonging to a high cavalier, made from a rare metal that's both light and strong. Judging by the damage it suffered, the owner likely fell into something greater than a mere human. No idea
Probably
why.
gravity.
Yeah. This usually kills people.
They did fall.
Hey, gravity doesn't kill people, it's the sudden stop at the end that does.
True.
Yeah. Ah, Weighty Witch's hat. A covering worn by the Church Witch. Any skilled witch is an impressive force on the battlefield, so she neither seeks nor needs protection in combat. That's the other something right that was at the bottom.
And that, little Billy, is why your character doesn't get to wear armor.
Indeed, spells are OP. Please nerf.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you get into a situation where your wizard needs to be wearing armor, something has gone drastically wrong.
So this is impossible to break right now. Yep. Alright. Go over the other menu items real fast. Trade lets you actually buy some of these usable items. I've never actually done this, but it lets you do that. And of course, costume.
Yay.
Do I have it unlocked? To demonstrate real fast by pressing the wrong button constantly.
Yeah, no, that's a thing that'll happen.
Wait. I suspect. Oh, that's stupid.
Yep.
Okay. That's our actual default costume. And the main costume.
Of course.
And the sailor suit you get for blowing yourself up.
As sailors are known for doing.
I don't know, how many times does Sailor Moon die?
Once a season?
Oh yes, there was a lock-on feature. Yep, basic mechanics, regen from dodging attacks or hitting things.
cool. You get to hold on to your charge even if you dodge.
Yeah. You only lose your charge.
If you
You
get
only
hit.
lose your charging if you get hit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, heroes. Oh, it doesn't even interrupt the charge. That's actually real nice.
Yeah. Apparently 4. Oh, right, we're in stage 2. So at half health, their attacks start getting extended.
Who is dying? Oh no, Bear is dying! How can this be?
So that's what happens when you die. You reload and go to the last statue you prayed at. And that's it.
Alright, simple, not too complex.
Yep. Technically, don't even have any souls to lose, so there's no real consequence of me using these items that you can constantly get it because they respawn. Really annoying with bosses is you always see the cutscene beforehand. You can skip it.
Hyper beam.
Damn it. Kirby.
Tripping, that's foul on the court.
Pause this for a second. Okay, I think I've corrected the in here. This one's important.
Which I also think he's gotten stuck in the doorway.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, might just think that's a good place to shoot from. All his attacks are range.
どうして？まだ魔力が残ってる。
Okay, we're fine. We're good. Now on to that throne thing.
Wah!
They don't make crumbling, decaying castles like they used to.
Anything, I think they did exactly that. Just, that crumbling, decaying part.
Nobeta 様、やっとお戻りになられましたか。
Ow! Smack, smack. Ow! Smack.
君、いつまで寝てるの？早く起きなよ。
We'll just keep this here for a few minutes.
This is accurate cat behavior.
Yep.
Yes.
ここは？行くよ、ついてきな。少し見て回れば道があるはずだ。黒猫ちゃんが喋ってる。何がおかしい？僕はノベタ様の眷属なんだぞ。君、自分が何をすべきか分かってる？私は玉座へ行くの。
Giant axe. A weapon 3 full meters long. It's beyond the skill of any normal human to wield. Perhaps it was designed for use by the church's doll units.
Oh, there are a lot of pages of items.
Yep. There are a lot of items. Full soul shard. Faithful servant remained loyal even after meeting their tragic fate. A crafted soul is essentially a soul essence combined from several souls. The most resilient soul within the bunch usually becomes the one in control. Okay, I'm just gonna pick both these up. Hero's Cross Sword. A massive heavy sword. Only a true hero gifted with crafted soul fragments would have the strength to wield it. Such a hero would be blessed with a truly magnificent power. Shield of the Church. Emblazoned with a large emblem of the Church, it has seen bloodshed on an impossible scale in battles against those who oppose the Church. Its duty came to an end when its wielder fell and the Night Kingdom perished. And this obstacle that we can't get past. Probably there was an answer somewhere in this cave. But where will we find it?
Could be anywhere.
Oh, look, a book! Let's take a look.
Reading
you
Rainbow?
can't pick up the wind.
In other words, we have our journal.
Oh, we are getting Banjo-Kazooie powers.
That's actually, like, most of the extent of our movement powers. I think there's an air dodge, and that's about it.
Bear and Bird were getting game, so now we've put them in a Souls game.
Not again.
It would be the first time they changed genres to chase a trend. Shout out to Nuts and Bolts, my legitimately favorite Banjo-Kazooie game.
I mean, I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say. I still wouldn't say it's my favorite.
I would. Not that I dislike the other ones, but I like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts that much.
Fair enough.
Oh no. Cave babies.
Yep, so the primary enemy of this area, creepy dolls. We see all the ghost stuff.
Creepy dolls.
Say Jonathan Golden was proud.
Right side, I don't have to worry about headshots. Oh, sure, you melee. Die already. Also a secondary thing about them. Sometimes they do that.
Sometimes they have the long cats inside of them.
Like this one. You can tell.
I'm assuming this is your usual, if you rest in a bonfire, everything comes back kind of thing.
Yes. Everything will respawn when you rest at a bonfire. Let's down the drop. Confused myself thoroughly. Ah, there we go. Ah, yes, the other thing about this area. There are lanterns, you can light them.
Neat. On
to you.
No. You don't see me. I'm blending in with the background.
Crap.
You can't hit me. That was really good bait.
I knew it was here. I just ah, crap.
Poof.
There we go.
I like the fact that you regain your mana by, like, actually doing melee. I wish the other Souls games did that for their caster classes.
It is kind of an interesting mechanic. Casting in Souls games is generally fairly OP anyways, but... And I always tend to build casters with the ability to melee whenever I can. It's because it's kind of useful to have both.
I mean, it feels like it's a requirement.
Kinda, yeah. Not always. It depends on the Souls. In 2, you can entirely get away with, especially during dual stats, Dark Ball, which, if you can get up to like 3 of those spells, and at that point you have basically like a 99 cast spell or something stupid like that. Where you're basically just going to hard to get to a bonfire. Nice try. I've been here before. Okay.
Ah, tricky jump.
Rewarded with an arcane book. The second level of arcane. There it is. And we have soul doll remnant. Production of a soul doll. While their creation remains a mystery, their ability to earn victory in battle is invaluable. They are also used to guide heretics back to the path of normalcy. Ah, crap. So there's no fall damage in this game.
Ah.
There is, however, a bunch of stuff that's big. Stay here so I can regen. Okay. the bright side, this pimp was our next stop.
Well, it's good.
Oh, meant to dodge that. There we go. Okay.
Now, question. I know you regenerate mana from dodging attacks. Does it only count when you, like, narrowly dodge an attack? Or does any time you dodge, you regain mana?
It's when you narrowly dodge an attack. Not...
Okay.
It's... The narrowness isn't that narrow, but... But there does actually have to be, like, an attack that was generally going to hit you. Alright, this treasure chest is the main reason we're down here, because I want a better spell.
Ah.
Nice!
Come on, say it. You know you want to. Expecting a Mr. Freeze pun.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. I'm used to it from Krampus. That's why I was waiting.
But yes, same range, fires a lot faster. Will actually burn through mana pretty quickly. Its charge attack is very different, but we'll get to that in a second.
Nice.
Yeah, you can see why I like this. Alright, this is the way back up. So, that one, that one. That's where we came. So the charge attack for ice is very different. Should be here somewhere. Nice. Where we'll lock on enemies. Then rain down from above.
Interesting. Do you ever have any problems with, like, hitting the roof or anything on a given place? Or do they
No,
just, like, phase through it?
no, it seems to just phase through it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Its big issue is if you fire without lock on, it just fires on top of you, and will it hit you?
Oh.
Oh.
Now, it's actually incredibly hard to fire without lock on. You have to not actually lock on to things, because... Also... you can lock on to multiple targets.
Oh, nice.
It is actually why we had to go that way first anyways, because this one, you can break it by pretty much anything. They pretty much instantly respawn. And in order to open that door, you have to break all three at the same time.
Oh, okay, so you have to lock on and destroy all three at the same time.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Ah, Captain Bait left. Immediately left behind a book for us. Also, yes, this I forgot about earlier. A set of clothing apparently belonging to the servant of a noble house. It is specifically designed to grant its wearer surprising agility, allowing them to a fighting chance against assassins and other intruders. It's just a maid outfit.
Of course it is.
Yes, absorption. Now the staff attack can actually parry. Yeah, if I hit them right before they hit me, it goes in the ritual magical absorption. I get it stops me from getting hit, and I start to get a bunch of mana or something. I've only ever done it on accident. Most because I just don't try. No, down, I think it's the way. Yeah, down is good. Okay then, narrows down. Right, stamina.
Right. Damn it. I mean, have you tried? Maybe you can.
考えられないの？君、魔法を使えるだろう？それとも、僕に魔法を唱えてくれとでも言いたいわけ？黒猫ちゃんの魔法を唱えられるの？
You've seen her do it.
そんなわけないだろう。魔法を唱えたらどうなるのか自分で考えるんだな。
So yeah, what the cat's alluding to is when ice is fully charged, it gives you a shield. Basically, you have hyper armor, also your big fire. Also, there's a room full of enemies over there. They're not smart enough to realize that fire burns.
I feel like that says something, but I don't know what.
There we go.
No kill like overkill.
Yep. It was already charged, so that's what it is. That's subject matter. Restraint used to bind a subject is covered in blood and rust, clear signs of inhumane treatment. Of course, they themselves would soon become inhuman creatures, so the question of morality is an open-ended one. No, it isn't. Come on. Enough of you. Well, this seems safe.
黒猫ちゃん、人形の中にもクラフトソウルが隠れてたよ。黒猫ちゃんは怖くないの？ねえ、黒猫ちゃん、クラフトソウルたちに意志はないはずだよね。君さ、よくしゃべるね。確かにクラフトソウルたちには意志がない。だが君だってあいつらと同じじゃないか。君もただ僕の後について玉座へ向かってるだけだろ。え？それは黒猫ちゃんが玉座の場所を知っているから。だから何？僕にただついてくることが自分に意志があるって証明になるのか？私はならないだろ。分かったらクラフトソウルたちを見習って黙って進んでくれるかな。
Yes.
Let's see if I remember there's actually nothing of value in this area. In fact, there's enemies here if you actually come back after Rusty has got a statue. It's the perfect place to hide secrets. Ah, a switch. Head cutter circular saw. Mostly used to dissect experiment subjects in pursuit of dual transformation. Church researchers have long debated whether the soul dwelled in the heart or brain, but they seem to have finally reached a consensus.
How does that saw even work? That's just awkward to use. I mean, you're basically, like, twirling it like a buzzsaw, I guess? But you'd have to build a doll to do it for you.
Yeah, you kind of have to go back and forth with it, too. You can't actually twirl it in a perfect circle because the pole extends too far out. Yeah, this is just awkward.
No one's going to put in the work on that. They're going to use that thing, get a third of the way through, get tired, give up, and go grab the giant axe.
I mean, there's a very easy explanation. A wizard did it. Magic. I ain't gonna explain shit.
And now we're at the bottom of the statue. Well, this seems safe.
Perfectly safe. Nothing bad could possibly happen.
Thank you, Cat.
You told me the truth.
綺麗でしょ。私もこのリボンお気に入りなの。だからどんな器に変わってもこのリボンをつけてるの。
Nothing creepy going on here.
Look, anytime you start doing reanimation projects with souls, you get someone who does the creepy doll project. Every time.
でも、もうこの器が最後の一個なの。だから。
Sure, you get to levitate.
その器、あなたの体、譲ってくれる？
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yep. previous boss fight, it's not stunned by my attacks.
Right, so you gotta alternate between charging up and dodging. Which, I gotta be honest, that, the fact that the charge doesn't dissipate when you roll is way more merciful than I thought a game taking Soul Seed inspiration would get.
That's okay, the tripping kind of makes up for it. Way too early.
He lives.
Right, that
to-
stage. Yeah, so that attack gets way more deadly in stage 2.
その体でやっとこの檻
I should actually spend some of these. So some leeway on that. Don't care.
Something, something dolls. Something, something complete.
Exactly.
Oh, the hits start coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming.
That's not something. Those homing missiles last for way too long.
ありがとう
Then I went to stage 2 a bit faster than I want to. I actually want to regen most of my mana before doing that. This will also be the biggest variable in runtime, is exactly how stubborn I am in the boss fights before I start remembering I have healing items.
Ah.
Slash how well I remember these fights, because I've done them before.
Right.
I thought it was not bad. Oh well. Run. That's the only way to dodge the attack.
Oof.
If you actually try to roll dodge those bullets, you will actually get hit by them.
Yeah, because it's that stop at the end.
Yeah. Ah, run. Next phase. Nope.
Based on the font, I'm gonna say once you pass the S and Soul wall,
It's about at half health.
there you go.
Yep, this is the next phase. Did not do that. There it goes. You don't have a fast enough running speed while chanting to actually do that right.
projectile happen in this phase.
They're a lot more difficult in their phase 2. On the bright side, I get a lot of my mana back by dodging. There we go.
There you go.
You guys can not hit me. Okay.
Oh, that would have been... Okay, so after boss taps are possible.
I don't know, actually. I don't want to risk it. They're pretty common to the genre.
One who locked the door. You could have just left.
Kind of using it right now.
Oh, looks like I missed the entire fight.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's alright. There were a few restarts.
It happens. No deal.
You have acquired Ribbon. You are now immune to all status ailments.
Considering I don't think there's status elements in this game, yes.
See how well it works?
Yeah.
このリボンを大切にするね。そしていつか外へ風が吹く草原へ連れて行くわ。
Nobeta, you control the wind. You could just make it blow gently for her.
リボンなんて余計だ。玉座へ向かうのにそんなものは必要ない。
Be a jerk, cat. I mean, you're probably going to end up being a jerk, but...
Being a jerk is kind of the cat's thing. I think you were gone for the cutscene where we had the frank discussion with the cat.
No, I was here for that.
Yeah, he was.
Unless it was during the boss fight, because I left at the beginning of the boss fight.
No, it wasn't during the boss fight. You were there for the frank discussion with the cat, where the cat calls us fault.
Yep.
Take that, dolls. So yeah, if you wanted to during the boss fight, you can take a break to randomly attack these dolls and dots for minor amounts of health and mana. I'll take
if you need it.
Yeah, the problem is the boss is still attacking you while you're doing this.
Yeah. So, something I've been, like, mulling over. I wanted to give the game time to, like, progress and see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
But initial impression of this game is that it's basically one of your dime a dozen Unity games, but with the addition of a somewhat in-depth Souls-like combat system.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
That's like its only claim to fame. So your enjoyment of the game kind of hinges on whether you like the combat of the game.
Effectively, yeah. In fairness, that's kind of true of a lot of games as to whether or not you like the gameplay affects the enjoyment.
Yep,
that is true. There's
yeah.
Little Witch Nobeta is not alone in that regard. There's plenty of games, both indie and AAA, that are entirely based on, we came up with this concept for gameplay and built the structure, rebar around it to make it an actual game. But it's very clearly just the framework of everything else and this concept.
Yeah.
Cat's rude.
Yep.
Cats tend to be rude. Especially anime cats.
I hope this isn't the friend we made along the way.
Probably will be. We're gonna teach them that. Maybe that'll be the friend we make along the way. You look friend-shaped.
向こうはどこへつながっているんだろう。玉座はこっちだ。ちょっとだけでいいから。おい、どこへ行く？待て、寄り道するんじゃない。
Well, that's the thing that happened. Yep, definitely can't get back there. On the bright side, we have a teddy bear.
We are a teddy bear.
This is true.
26. Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't see the other thing.
This Zero family was merely the beginning of the maiden's cruel fate. When the church reached a bottleneck with doll technology, they found out that witches were highly compatible with crafted souls. And yes, teddy bear. Some human merchants like to purchase hides from the bestians, imbue them with a bit of human magic, then sell them back to the bestians for several times the original price. Truly, that is the heart and spirit of commerce. Mercantilism.
Yep.
So, welcome to the lava level.
I didn't take one.
Although interesting to see Souls combat in a pretty linear game, it looks like.
Fairly so. Should be notable that most Souls games are more linear than they seem. The Metroidvania feel of Dark Souls is kind of a bit overstated. There is some fortune to it, but you're still kind of forced into direction here or there.
Yeah, but at its worst, you still had the illusion of choice, and at its best, you actually had choice.
Yeah.
Here, no attempt was made to deceive the player. Again, it's not a bad choice.
No.
It's just a different thing that you don't usually see in these games that take inspiration from Dark Souls.
It's partially also because they take inspiration from Dark Souls, so they try to copy every little thing, which I actually admire games that don't do that, while still trying to be a Soulsy action RPG.
Yeah. I had my bitter gamer moment. Okay, I can't call those anymore, because bitter gamer moments mean something way different nowadays.
Yep.
But I had my my old man gamer moment. In the car a couple weeks ago, and I was talking with Bog on the channel, and I basically said, like, yeah, there's a couple games I've tried recently that, like, I picked up on Game Pass because I was interested in them, and then they've got Souls-like combat. And my hot take is that Dark Souls got really popular, but also was really bad for the gaming industry.
Yes. Agreed.
Because the gaming industry doesn't know how to not copy, but also too many people didn't understand what Dark Souls was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yep. I get that merchant ledger.
Yep. No, I just mean this area in general.
Oh, there.
Be cautious. Alright.
We'll say that Dark Souls was a mistake. But Dark Souls and any of the From Software games are good. Because the people doing it knew what they were trying to do. They wanted to make a difficult game that was difficult, but wasn't needlessly cruel. Or required you to be needlessly violent.
There's a bit of that. There's also a tendency for the industry to copy specifically from one point and ignore all improvements that have been made.
Yes.
So, like,
that's why they're...
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, there are games that copied and copied well. Little Witch Nobeta, to bring this back for it, just from what we have played so far, seems to have learned most of the good lessons. It doesn't require perfection. There is some room for error and wiggle room without too much punishing the player. But it still learns all the lessons of Dark Souls combat. And values thinking and precision.
Yes.
Games like The Surge, which I know, Vince, you are a fan of The Surge.
Yeah.
Which learned the lesson of Dark Souls combat, but then refined on it and did some interesting stuff with it. I haven't played the second one, but I've heard the second one is better than the first.
That's what I hear too. The first does have its foibles, especially when you get into the later parts of the game. But, basically, it can get a little bit too, needlessly unforgiving, even by my standards. But it is very much an interesting take on Souls, which is kind of rather the point. Because basically the most interesting thing you can do when it comes to someone else's idea is either a better refinement of it or a different take.
Yeah.
And generally you're not going to do a better refinement of it, because you're you.
But there is a time and a place for that kind of gameplay and game style, and you have to craft the bones of the game around that kind of combat. Again, The Surge did this really well, because the entire game is designed from the ground up in a very Dark Souls or Bloodborne kind of way.
Yeah.
With shortcuts and stuff like that. It's as close to a From Software sci-fi Dark Souls as you're going to get without copyright infringement. But then there are other games, like Ghost Song, that just came out recently, which is an actual Metroidvania game with, open map, movement restricted, traversal of certain areas restricted by getting certain upgrades, things like that.
Yeah.
And Metroid, like, gunplay, but your gun overheats if you fire it for, like, 2, maybe 3 continuous seconds. And then you have to switch over to melee. And the entire pace and flow of combat in the game is shooting a little bit and then doing melee. And then jumping out of melee and doing shooting and stuff like that. And it's very clearly designed to be, like, thinking Soulsian combat, but designed with Metroid enemies.
Ah.
And it doesn't feel good to play.
I could see that very much. That's kind of the other thing, and one thing I actually do like about this game is it is built on ranged combat.
Yeah, the entire game is built around this combat system. All of the enemies, all of the power-ups, all the level design is designed around you being a casty mage who casts spells and occasionally has to go into melee because you're out of spells. Until you hit something in melee and then you have spells again.
Yep.
But this game is designed around how the player combat works. And that's good. That's what you need to do. Then there's games like Tunic, which are a top-down, or not top-down, like 2.3 isometric Zelda-style game with Souls combat. I cannot tell you how disappointed I was in Tunic. It is a great concept, marred by one piece of execution. Because you either like Souls combat, or you don't like Souls combat. And they're, unfortunately, due to the nature of the way Souls combat works, the difficulty spikes therein, it is very difficult to have an in-between opinion.
Yeah, I find I am not a huge fan of Souls combat. Not because I think it's bad or anything. I'm getting up there in years. My reflexes are not what they were when I was a kid. So a lot of games like that just feel needlessly difficult to me because I don't have the reaction time. So there's nothing wrong with them, just I don't enjoy them because I have reached the point where I can't play them. It's one of the reasons I wish that a lot of those games did have easier difficulties. For example, a really good example of this is Star Wars Fallen Order. Star Wars Fallen Order's default difficulty makes it play very much like a Souls-like. You can only get hit about 1 or 2 times before the next hit will kill you. Your timing for deflections, you've got to be fairly precise. And it has the standard thing of the checkpoints that will refill your droid healing stims, which is basically your Estus class. If you lower it down to easy difficulty, it plays like a standard action. You can get hit 5 or 6 times. Your lightsaber does more damage. It feels like a lightsaber. And it stops feeling like a Souls game and starts feeling like a standard action platformer game that were very popular prior to Dark Souls. It feels a lot more like a God of War game. And I honestly wish more Souls-like games had that as an option. Because I don't expect it from the Souls games themselves. That is what they pride themselves on, is that difficulty. That's fine. But I want more games that are trying to take that formula and also add the lower difficulty option so that I can play them and enjoy them. Because as it comes now, it's just a lot of those games I can't. And I'm sure they've got fantastic story and engaging characters and all of this stuff. but I'm not going to get to experience it unless I'm watching someone else play. And that's not going to get the company money.
There's a few things about that. I mean, I'm older than you, and as quite frankly, my reflexes has never really been a thing when it comes to these games and me. Like, it's timing more than it is reflexes, honestly. A little bit of just learning in general. Like, I go through a lot of lives on boss fights. Part of the reason why this game, I've gone as quick through these boss fights as I have is because, well, I've played this part already, basically. Alright, here.
My thing specifically is, I have recognized that as I've gotten older, my ability to hit stuff on timing has deteriorated. That is a thing for me that I have noticed as I have gotten older. So, that was specifically why I brought that up.
Why are you still alive? Oh, right, I didn't focus entirely on you with that thing. Got too many items in my inventory. Okay, stupid.
But what if you
hidden
really
areas
need
too.
them?
Yeah, I have that problem. Oh, right. We done? We done. Okay. Right. Honestly, when it comes to this game, it's more just getting over my twitch and panic. Or any other Souls-like game, it's basically just getting over my natural twitch and panic for... Or you can just run with the fire pit. Okay.
I was going to say, that was helpful of them.
There we go. Yay! Another level of absorption. That was so worth it. What the hell does it even do? Oh yeah, I have these things. Slave branding iron. A tool used to leave a permanent mark on a slave. That way, though the slave may try and run, they can never truly escape their cruel destiny. I should note, at this point, the game's lore gets really dark. More so.
I was gonna say, it wasn't before?
Yeah. Looking over the entries, it is clear that a human and bestian developed an extensive trading relationship as time went on. Some tribes are crossed out with a note that reads, all value extracted.
Ah, mercantilism.
Yep. Ah, enhance the sword blade effect. Okay.
This game's parry mechanic, basically.
Yep. Sure, why not? Alright, you guys. Yay, bridge. Yay, more bag.
More stuff.
More
I'll
bag,
probably
good.
never use.
Almost certainly.
I'm assuming the increase in bag is the increase of slots that are on the bottom.
Yeah, it's the increase of slots that are on the bottom. We started
Okay.
with 4.
Yeah.
We've gotten 2 so far.
It's actually a nice feature.
Yeah.
Is it possible to get to the other side?
Oh yeah, easy.
Not there. I mean,
That over there.
Yeah.
Eventually. From up here. No, that's too far a jump.
okay.
This is the big central area from before. This is the one path we can go. Shoot.
You know that old witch adage, a charge in the hand is worth 25 to 30 consecutive hits. It's one of those sayings that didn't translate well from the original language.
Gonna say.
A cloak.
Yep. A roughly made cloak. Judging by the material, it was likely handcrafted by a member of the Bestian tribe. Its quality is nowhere near that of what a human could produce.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay, this is the other
area
side.
that was the other side, yeah.
Got it.
Let's see. At a certain point, you do have to ask, how dumb do you think I am, game?
And the answer is, I want that diamond!
The answer actually is, I want that
Fall
diamond.
down.
But, let's unlock this shortcut first. Cage has been received. This will be pleasant. An enclosure for keeping livestock. Or perhaps children.
A crib is just a baby cage.
Starting area. Let's spend this crap ton of souls. Alright. Where are you? Oh. There we go. Ah!
Hey, you got it off.
Yeah. Alright. Turquoise necklace. A necklace adorned with turquoise is said that each of its previous owners met an unimaginably tragic fate. There we go. Elevator. Okay, other side.
他のところへ行ってみたいと思ったの。ずっと玉座へ行くことしか頭になかった私に。こんな気持ちがあるなんて気づかなかった。こんなの初めてだから。この気持ちを大切にしたい。
Will they not be there?
No, I just forget this area is basically both of them.
Ah,
And they're very good at ambushes. Let's see. I'm on to you. One thing that is nice also, when we're in this menu, we actually are paused.
Oh,
Unlike
nice.
most Souls games. Long ago, humans were often hunted by other races. Back then, it wasn't uncommon to see a human wearing one of these. Now, after a century under the church's leadership, the only ones sporting a collar like this are demi-humans.
You're following along at home on your evil JRPG Church bingo card. That is a bingo. That is a bingo.
bingo. What about a bongo?
I'll be aiming for an entire blackout on the card by the time this is over.
You're almost certainly going to get an entire blackout on your card. And predictably, fire.
He did. Got you right in the back of the head.
So fire is our short-range shotgun.
Naturally. Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, I was personally betting on flamethrower for it. So, that's actually more utility than I thought.
Fire is quite useful. The shotgun is, at least until you get lightning, the shotgun is like one of the most damaging things you have. And then there's the charge, which comes with two features. Much like the ball charges, actually. Like, the ice charge gives you actually hyper armor, not just immunity to fire attacks. But one is that, and the other is your staff swings actually do fire damage, which is a large chunk of extra damage.
Right.
It should be noted, fire can damage us. Heavily. These tags are brutally inserted into Besian slave's body, and the slave's physical condition is written on the tag for the buyer's convenience.
Ah, convenient. Hey, convenient. That's a word. Sure.
Yep, that sure is a direction. Way to go.
You're a champ.
Good job.
Should we know that those fire pillars have a knockback to them? Hence why I flew all the way over there. Why not? Intricate clock. An expensive timepiece crafted by a talented human watchmaker. For the barbaric Besians who measure time by observing the sky, this item was useless. The tribe leader kept it in his home simply as a symbol of his own majesty. Now for sniping with missile.
Can you dumbfire the fire missile?
Not very well. The ice one just goes on top of you. Don't fire it. All the other ones you could
Oh no, I'm talking about like the fire one.
The fire one? Yes. However, I should probably make sure I'm not hitting a pillar.
Always advisable.
This time will be different.
Not different at all, is it, Steve?
That was better range than I expected it to.
Yeah. Mayhap this is some of that level design tutorial stuff I've heard so much about. They teach you via level design.
Okay. There we go. Okay, now wait for this to come back.
God, they gotta get maintenance out here to look at the magical sideways elevator.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an elevator if it doesn't go up and down. It doesn't elevate. It's a moving platform.
Now we get to do dumb things. Nope, there he is.
I love doing dumb things.
Yes. That's the elevator. Okay.
Hello.
Hey,
Something up with your mic?
Shouldn't be.
Oh, there you
Okay,
are.
you're good now.
I've been here the whole time, don't ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
Don't
been
believe you.
engrossed in this gameplay.
exactly.
Speechless.
So that, but faster to get on top of the elevator. This is easily the most annoying chest to get to. On the bright side, I think the lava explosions are mostly for ambience.
That's good.
There we go. Okay. Arcane 3. This one that... We'll just experiment and find out. Yep, I can fire it twice. Nice scenic sailing. Across a lake of lava. Perfectly fine.
Extra's Kool-Aid.
Delicious Kool-Aid.
You actually die because it's a bottomless pit.
You can't swim. It's really the actual issue. Do you know how much water a bear suit soaks up? Like a stone.
Yes. Okay. Ah! Silver coin. A token imprinted with the image of the saint. It is used mostly by upper-class humans for trading goods, using the image of a divine figure to purchase slaves off the black market. What could be more bitterly appropriate? Alright, with that, it's 11:30. This seems like a good stopping point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, time actually went flying.
Yep. Yeah, we got about as far as I thought we would. We'll probably have like 2 more sessions of this, I'd estimate. Give or take. Not exactly sure how long the act. I haven't played through the entirety of the game yet, so I'm not exactly sure what the last like level and a half looked like, basically time-wise. But I have a rough idea what the next few areas will take. But in any case, that's it for tonight. Join us on Sunday for Super Robot Wars V. Join us on Monday for Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Soul Link run with Shiv and Hunter. Tuesday, I think we're currently on hiatus. Still.
Currently.
Yep.
Yep.
So that might be.
Might be changing soon, but for the moment we are still on hiatus.
Yep. And join us back here next week again for more Little Witch Nobeta. Till then, I'm Vincent.
I've been the Krampus.
I've been Shiv.
I'm Hunter Green.
And till next time, remember, bear costume is best costume.
Can't argue with it.